guys. It's Zeleny, your host, and my co-host for tonight is
Eric. Nice to meet you guys.
Welcome to tonight's show. The show is not intended for children under the age of 18 due to content, language, alcohol. But if you allow it, who are we to tell you what to do with your children? They're yours, not ours. We are sponsored by Zell's Total Body Sculpting and Permanent Makeup. What else? We're going to start the show with a shot. We are doing Old Smoky Tennessee. It's salty caramel. Yes. I've never tried it, so we're going to try it tonight. Oh, you're good.
I was going to pass it.
Oh, so nice.
Cheers.
Let us know what you're taking a shot of.
It's nice. It's smooth.
It actually
really,
is
really
smooth.
caramel. I like that.
Woo.
It's really smooth.
Wendy is not with us tonight. We miss her. We will miss her tonight. So I kept it nice and simple. We all know I am not the greatest mixologist. I like to keep it nice and simple. So we are doing Smirnoff vodka with Pepsi. Yay! Come on.
Cheers to that.
Yep. And you know, why do I feel like you are going to get me to drink tonight?
Well, I'm going to make good points. We made a good point with drink. How's that?
No, you like cheering a lot.
Yeah,
cheers,
you gotta cheers. You gotta make the
drink.
moments. Make the moments.
So, the three topics for tonight are tattoos, pros and cons, and what people think about them, stereotypes. The other one is, I've been hearing a lot, being the bigger person in 2023 and accepting the disrespect. That's all I hear when I hear that. Being the bigger person is accepting the disrespect.
That's a big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Agreed.
I can't deal with that, but we'll get into more with that when we get into that.
Right.
And then the third topic is sex while your spouse, significant other, or person that you may be messing with is on their menstrual cycle or period. So we are going to talk about that, and we're going to see how we feel about that. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So
tattoos.
Wow.
Is there really pros and cons to tattoos? I mean, it's a form of artwork. So
I was just gonna say
it's a form of expression.
It's a form of expression. To me, that's a con. I mean, a pro.
A pro.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I spoke too soon. No. It's a pro.
Okay. But in expressing yourself in whatever the art form may be, whatever you may want to put on your body is just a way of sharing it with everybody else who gets to see your body. Because a lot of tattoos are hidden, a lot of tattoos are well hidden where no one else gets to see them. I have a lot of tattoos on my body, and right now you can't see any of them.
Right. We have throw up emojis already to that.
All right. Wow.
We have someone's opinion on that.
To the tattoos?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
I think it's the tattoos, or it might be to the third.
Sex on the period?
It might be the third topic.
It's a tough subject, but we got to touch on it.
We're going to use requested it.
We got to get messy.
So we're going to...
Cheers on that.
No, not tattoos. We figured that one. No, cheers. We're not cheering yet. Yeah, I have ink. So, yep, it's what we're going to talk about last. But yeah, I definitely think tattoos are a form of expression. It's artwork on your body. I have a lot of tattoos and more to come. I mean, growing up, my parents are religious, and
I think we're going to say our parents.
Yes. I was going to say that. I was going to say that, but I never like speaking for other people.
Definitely.
Cheers. Oh, we got a cheers.
Cheers to that. Thank you. Cheers.
I can't. We are not going to do this.
Mm-hmm. Keep them coming. So our parents
would always be like, no más que tu cuerpo, la Biblia dice. And she would always say the Bible verse that says, do not mark your body.
Right.
It's your temple.
Yes.
So when I turned 18, I went and I got a tattoo. And, it wasn't the greatest tattoo. But It was on my toes, and I got it.
Oh, you hit it well.
I did. Yeah, but it was such a bad tattoo. It was an underground person.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get a tattoo until I was past in my 30s because I was scarred because of that.
Of course. And they will berate you. They will degrade you because they feel like only drug addicts and only menace to society individuals are the ones who cover their body with tattoos, because the tattoo was known for so long as somebody who is a bad person.
Right.
About, like, my mom always just say, un marihuanero, el único que se pone el tatuaje en la cara, el tatuaje en el cuerpo, which means in English, for those who don't speak Spanish, the drug addicts or the weed smokers are the only ones who actually would be the ones marking their bodies.
Right.
It's just a way to kind of like scare you away from it all, but it never really worked. I always wanted it regardless.
I mean, if there's girls that are wait a minute, that are on with me, there is nothing like a man with a nice physique who has tattoos
in the right areas.
I mean,
or anywhere.
And he's tattooed up. He's looking fine. I mean, I've shared memes.
I think the nice physique part was the key there in the statement. So it can't be a dad bod with tattoos.
I mean, dad bods are in, or even with men. If you see a nice looking girl and she's tatted up,
absolutely.
And I mean, we've shared memes. We've shared these memes with nice tattooed bodies up.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I've seen a doctor, if you've seen a doctor who's tatted up, you're like, I'm going to him. I want him to give me my physical. Or a police officer who's like in his uniform and he's tatted up. You're like, I want to break the law for him.
I mean, I don't know if I want to go that far.
I will. I'll throw that stone across that. I'll break that window to be arrested by him. Hi, welcome to tonight's show.
They're more willing to maybe understand where we're coming from, because maybe they're the same mentality, because they got tattoos maybe for the same reason, to express their feelings and express how they're actually expressing themselves to the world. So that being said, maybe they're more understanding of our mentality, of why we broke that law. Not so much broke that law, but are in the middle of a situation, if you will.
But if you look at it 15 years ago, you wouldn't go to a doctor
who
was tatted up.
No. He needs to be a proper, well-kept, well-haircut or well-groomed mustache, because he just carried himself well.
He knows what he's doing.
He was educated.
Right. Or if you were to go to your parent and take them to a doctor who was tatted up now, I'm not going to be seen by that man.
No.
And it's funny because the ones who may be tatted up are the ones that know and can save lives.
Yeah.
Compared to somebody who does not.
In all reality, the way that I look at it is, what you express on your body as artwork should have nothing to do with how far of knowledge and or ability you have in life.
Right.
My expression of the art that I have on my body has nothing to do with how intelligent I can be in let's say my job, in let's say a relationship, and let's just say everyday life characteristics. Has nothing to do with how I expressed myself on the art on my body. I'll give you an example. I have like a yin and a yang on my body, where it's the positive and the negative side. Where my heart being my positive side, my right side being my negative side. But I have my entire family tree of all of my children, as well as my mother and my brothers, on one side of my body that comes from my heart. And then I have on the other side my negativity side, where I can really dive into who it is that I know that I have become over the years.
Now my question to you would be, if you would go to a church and you would see a pastor who was all tatted up, would you judge that pastor for having ink all over his body?
I personally would not. And it would depend on also how he was addressing the congregation, how he was addressing what he was saying, if he even made sense. If it had anything to do with actual scripture, where he was actually speaking from the Bible, or from the book that he was using to actually reason the scripture, I would listen to that first. I wouldn't judge them on what they're saying. And that goes back to the original understanding that we get as little children: don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Our cover shows a lot. And I don't know if you remember, I had a mohawk for many years. Many years, people just saw the mohawk, they were like, oh, he's a little intimidating because of the haircut that he has. Or if I had a sleeveless shirt, I had my tattoo showing, they'd be like, oh, he's got a mohawk, he wears glasses all the time, he's got tattoos, maybe he's just a little, like not the person we want to be around. Right. But in all reality, when people really get to know me, I'm very giving, I'm very loving, I'm very caring. Yes, I can be that person. I can be, get into that, but we all have that ability.
Right.
As human beings, we all have that ability to turn into that monster that no one wants to see.
Bronx Body, no judgment at all. And that's funny because it's coming from our generation, but you definitely know the older generation would judge.
Yes.
Would judge that pastor for
Yes, they
having
would. Yes, they would.
a whole sleeve done on
Absolutely.
their arm.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen to the word of God if it came from somebody who was tatted up.
No, no.
And it's funny because you're judging that person,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be somebody who's not tatted up, and they are in front of a congregation giving the word of God, but behind closed doors doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And the person who is tatted up, who is actually speaking and living in the truth, who's speaking, and they're not listening to that person.
I'll give you that.
And it's so sad how society is that hypocritical.
It's true. It's true. And that's unfortunately the stigma that still follows along with those who have tattoos. Those
Right.
who have ink on their body. The stigma is they're a negative person, they're not an educated person, or they're not as knowledgeable as somebody else may be. It's just a stigma. Because I've learned very well, and a long time ago, no matter what you have on your body, the person that you are comes from the inside. Your heart can be a great heart, your brain can be a very intelligent, knowledgeable brain, but just because what you have on the outside of your body means nothing to me. Just talk to me for a little bit and let me get to know who you are, and let me get to know the type of person that you are. We'll figure it out from that point.
Right, right. It's funny because I can do, and it's funny, it's because I'm not judging my mom at all, but I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have like 6 tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
My mom keeps seeing the same one over and over again, and I keep getting in trouble for the same one over and over again.
You gotta show different ones off now.
No, I mean, she's seen it like twice already, and
Okay.
I've gotten in trouble twice for it. And I'm like, well, wait till she sees the chest piece that's coming
Right,
soon.
right,
I'm going to get in
right.
trouble for it again and again and again.
Right.
But I can do 50 million things right,
Right.
but you'll still see that
But
one bad thing. And it's not judging my mom at all, because I've got to prep her like 3 months in advance. Like, Mom, I'm going to do this. Like, I've been prepping her for like the past 6 months, I think it is, for my nose ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm going to get a nose ring. It's going to be really pretty. It's going to be a nice, cute little... My mom is the same way too. Yeah. And again, it's not this generation.
No.
It's our past generation.
Yes.
So I know for like the next year, I'm prepping her. I'm like, I'm going to get another tattoo. I'm going to get another tattoo and a nose ring. And here it is. But now it comes to play. When you go to get a job and you're like tatted up,
Yep.
you can have the utmost best qualifications. And if somebody comes in who doesn't have a tattoo,
Right.
they're going to pick that person over you.
Sometimes, depending on the field. Because I've seen a lot of guys, and I personally, in the field that I'm in trucking, and in that field as a driver,
You can
there's
have
guys,
them.
yeah, there's guys that have tattoos all over their neck, there's guys that have
Right.
tattoos on their face, on their hands. They're covered in them.
Right.
But in the beginning, when I first started in trucking, a lot of the companies required the guys to cover them up. They wanted the guys, and even in the summertime, you have to wear long sleeves. You have to cover. If you have something on your neck, you have to wear a turtleneck. And when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. They even told me when I first interviewed at this one company, they said to me, when you come to interview, shave the mohawk off, because you're intimidating with the mohawk.
Right.
And I said, but I just want to have a job.
One moment.
Yeah.
If anybody is in a field where requires you to cover up your tattoos, can you let us know in the comments at all? I just want to see something, because I think if you're like in the nursing field, if you have a tattoo, you have to
Are they
have.
still there?
Yeah.
Are they still
I
asking them
think
to
it
cover them
is.
up?
Yep.
Okay.
You still have to cover it up. I know that's what I had to do when I was actually working in the hospital.
Okay.
You had to have it covered up. Like, you couldn't have like a hand or a wrist tattoo.
And I would see why, because you're dealing with a lot of older patients.
Right.
A lot of older patients who might feel either disgust or they might be bothered by the fact that you are the person they don't want touching them.
Right. But then here it is. No, you don't. Okay, cool.
Cool,
So you
thank
don't
you.
have to have it covered up anymore.
Good.
And I was going to say, there's a lot of people that go into, not always, however, I am in the medical field, ×3, nurse, EMT, and teacher. They hired me with ink, but a year in, they got on my case, and my ink is behind my warts. ears, not warts.
Ears.
Oh, okay.
Behind your ears.
Behind
Okay.
your ears. Okay.
Behind your warts?
What are your warts? Is that a
Clarify,
special
please.
name? No, you don't. And it's funny because I was going to say, in the nursing field, you could be the most caring.
Yes.
You could be the most attentive. Because a lot of people get into the nursing field for the money. We all know the money's there.
Yeah.
And you could be the most caring, most loving person, the most attentive. And then there's some people that are just in it for the money. They really don't care. They're not compassionate.
Correct.
But they're just there for the money. They really don't care.
Right.
And not one tattoo.
Right. Right.
And boom.
And then again, we go back to the stigma.
Right.
You're judging a person or people because of what they have on their body, on their
Right.
outer body, which is something that they choose to express. A piercing, a tattoo, whatever they want to do, that's up to them. But then we're going back to the stigma where an older patient might look at them and say, no, don't touch me.
Right.
I want her or I want him over there who's clean. He has a clean haircut, he has a clean
Right.
face, he's covered up. I don't see any of that tattoo stuff.
Not the other day, a couple of years ago, I was watching Ink Master.
Oh yeah, love
And
that show.
I love that show.
Yes.
I really love it a lot. And one of the tattoo artists, he was good.
Yeah.
And we were talking about people who have tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great tattoo artist. He was doing realism. He was doing portraits.
Yeah.
And one of the judges was like, "You don't have a tattoo on you, so how can I take you serious?" And he was like, "I do tattoos. I just don't want a tattoo on me." And he was like, "I can't take you as a tattoo artist serious." That is, you're judging him. He's great at what he does. Why does he have to have a tattoo on him though?
You are, but and I'll touch this.
Okay.
This is the kind of like mentality that we have as human beings. You never go to a barbershop and get a haircut or a fade from a bald barber. If he's bald, he's never really cut his own hair. Why would you trust him to cut your hair? First of all, that's the one thing. And then the other one was you don't go to a butcher shop and ask for meat from a skinny butcher. He's obviously he's not eating the meat.
What if he's eating the meat and has a fast metabolism?
I mean, but that's looking too far into it. I would have to ask him, hey, do you have a fast metabolism? Because I wouldn't know that.
Or wait, what if the barber has patches that don't grow in his hair and he prefers to have a bald haircut?
That's assuming, and we don't do that as men. We're going to go in and be like, oh, that guy has a fresh fade on his head all the time. I'm going to go to him because he knows how to do a fresh fade. You know what I mean?
Well, right there.
We're judging the book by its cover. Correct.
You're judging.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Or what if he wants to keep his body clean? He doesn't want a tattoo on him.
Agreed. All the best artists that I've seen are covered in tattoos.
Right.
Covered, not only tattoos, but piercings as well.
No, that's okay. We will understand.
Kat Von D.
Yeah. Then the boss told us to go and buy the Kat Von D cover-up makeup. See, I'm not going to cover up my... I'm not going to cover up what I have. Not very good looking. Or a vegetarian butcher.
But a vegetarian wouldn't be a butcher though, because they'd be disgusted by the meat. They'd be disgusted by like just having to cut it all up. I mean, in my personality or my like way of looking at it, maybe a vegetarian can handle that. But when I've been around vegetarians, I'll eat a burger or something in front of them. They're like, "Ew, how can you eat that meat?" I'm like, "It's delicious. What are you talking about?" They're like, "But you can get the same protein and nutrition from plants." And I'm like, "Yeah, but this burger's delicious." They're like, I'm really enjoying this.
All right. Thanks for participating in this topic. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. If you guys want, you can always send messages. Even though we move on to the next topic, I know I said this, but just in case new viewers are on.
I thought you were going to send donations. Donations too.
You can send a donation. I'll take it. But you can always send I don't know, I'm on slow mode today for some reason. You can always send your message if you have something else that you want to say. We'll always jump back to the topic, but we move on to the next one because we always cover 3. But if you have something to say, go ahead and send it. We'll read it. The next topic that we're going to hit on tonight is 2023. Let's be the bigger person. Yeah. When I hear that,
This is a tough subject.
2023, accept the disrespect. Yeah. Because we're going to be the bigger person.
I'm already the bigger person. Sorry.
I'm not. I'm 5 foot even.
I'm 6'6", 330. I mean, I'm already the bigger person.
5 foot even. I'm not accepting no disrespect anymore.
Right. I follow you there.
It's funny because it's funny because even in my own personal relationship, I'm constantly telling my husband, it's 2023, we're not doing this. And he looks at me and he's all like, where's this attitude coming from?
From 2023.
It's 2023. I'm not accepting nothing anymore that I don't like. And it's not like a negative attitude. We're not bringing negativity into 2023.
Right.
We're not accepting the disrespect anymore. So why do people keep playing with us?
I think in general, the mentality behind not accepting disrespect is that we're more awake now. Not that we're woke people. I'm not saying I'm a woke person, but we're more awake in recognizing the disrespect. Yeah, I'm not woke. I'm not any of that stuff.
I've been woke.
Yeah. I woke up in this morning, and I'm gonna be woke up tomorrow.
I woke up every morning.
Yeah. But I think in general, what we're looking at anymore is the fact that we're no longer gonna allow the small things that we allow for all these past generations to go on.
Right.
Because it's been so many generations that we see a lot of nonsense drama occurring that we could have actually curbed at the door instead of allowing it to go that far. I think finally the generations are catching up to themselves. And they're actually explaining themselves a little bit better where they're saying, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I'm not going to be bothered by that anymore. I'm going to go this way. We're still going to work this out, but I'm going to ignore that nonsense because it gets too old. And then that toxic word gets thrown around there as well.
I'm 5'5", 210 pounds, and I refuse to be the bigger person.
You ain't bigger than me.
People accept it because of repercussions, diversity. The other thing that I've been seeing too, a lot of people have been saying, oh, I'm not matching people's energy anymore. I'm going to keep being me.
Yes.
I don't agree with that either.
Okay. Why?
I'm not matching your energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to check you at the door.
Okay.
Because you're not going to continue to treat me however you feel like.
Agreed.
If I don't like how you're treating me, I'm going to let you know.
Right.
And I'm either going to let you know and you're going to treat me how you want me, how I want you to treat me, or you're not going to treat me anymore how you want.
I'm going to touch base on what you just said, only because I try to teach this to my kids. The bottom line is this. You learn it in kindergarten, you learn it in first grade. It's the cardinal rule. Treat others as you want to be treated.
Right.
It's very simple. Don't treat me disrespectfully. I won't return the favor. Don't belittle me. I won't do the same. Don't degrade me. I won't do the same. Treat me with respect.
Right.
Treat me with affection, caring, and compassion, and I'll treat you in the same in return.
Right. Disrespected and unanticipated. I give you what you give me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
See, I give you what you give me. I'm not gonna give you what you're gonna give me. I'm gonna tell you how either you're gonna treat me or I'm gonna kick you to the curb.
Okay. I think they're trying to say, give me respect and I'll give it back to you.
Right. Okay.
If I'm mistaken, please clarify. But I think that's what you're saying. They give you respect, you'll give it in return.
Like, you ain't gonna treat me shitty, and I'm gonna keep. I can't. Like, you're gonna treat me shitty, so I'm gonna treat you shitty. Nah.
No.
You're gonna treat me shitty, and I'm gonna tell you what's up, and you're gonna kick rocks.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna keep you in my circle if you're gonna treat me shitty. Because I'm not gonna treat you shitty, and you're gonna treat me shitty, and I'm gonna treat you shitty. That's not how it's gonna go.
In memoriam of Wendy not being here, what's good for the goose has to be good for the gander.
You just want to cheers.
Cheers to Wendy.
Oh my
Cheers
God.
to Wendy. We miss you, baby.
I do miss Wendy. You just want to cheers. He's like, I'm thirsty.
My throat's getting dry. I'm getting parched. But no, yeah, I agree. Just putting up with it overall is just nonsensical anymore because you're not getting anywhere.
I'm not getting anywhere.
Neither of you are getting anywhere.
And I just don't want to have you in my circle anymore. And it's not me having, and tell me if I'm wrong when I say this, it's not me having a shitty attitude or me, it's just, I don't want to tolerate.
Right.
I don't want to tolerate it anymore, and I don't want to be the bigger person. And people are like, yeah, but do you really want to, that's like 20 years of friendship. I don't care if it's 30 years of friendship. I don't even care if it's 1 year of friendship.
But they should care as well. If it is 20 years of friendship, they shouldn't treat you that way.
Right.
If they cared,
we shouldn't have this conversation.
Correct.
We shouldn't have
this conversation. We shouldn't be here. If we're really truly friends, we shouldn't be here.
Unappreciated. Yeah. Yes.
Cheers to Wendy. Yes. There it is.
Cheers to Wendy. Mm-hmm. Dilly dilly.
Cheers. Dilly dilly. Thank you.
Oh my God. Like 2 weeks ago, I got trashed. I really got trashed. It was so bad. and it's looking like that night again. But and it's sad because we're in 2023,
right?
And that it's a lot of years.
I think what you keep saying it's sad. It's I guess bad the way we look at it now. I think it's because we're getting more mature in our adult health, our adult life. We're seeing how it affects us now because as teenagers, as young adults, we really didn't see this.
Right.
We glance by like, oh, they're fighting over there, they're arguing over there. That's nothing. I'm over here having fun, having a good time. But as we get older, we're realizing how it affects us now because it changes your daily mood. It changes your way you're dealing with work. It changes the way you deal with your kids, your family, your friends, everything. If you're in a bad mood because somebody took you out of your mood, you're gonna really ruin everyone else's day.
Right.
It's a shame to say it, but that's the reality of the way it works anymore.
Cheers.
Cheers again. All right. Thank you. All right. Cheers to that. They just want it. But
Not only that, but these are people that you're supposed to be turning to.
Yes.
These are the people that you're supposed to be turning to when life in general, right, gives you lemon, brings you down.
Yeah.
These are not people that are supposed to be bringing you
down. Right. Especially in relationships. Whether it be friendship, whether it be relationship with
relationship is not like your significant other. It's not somebody that you're sleeping with, you're spending time with. Relationships are friendships.
Yes.
Relationships could be somebody that you work with,
Even
coworker.
Even coworkers, yeah.
Because remember, you're spending 8 hours of your day.
Or
the day is considered 24 hours.
Correct. Yeah.
If you take 8 hours from that day, remember 8 hours you're sleeping. Well, you're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah. Supposed to be
so 8 of it, boom, is gone.
Right.
Coworkers are a majority of your day.
Yes.
So that's a relationship right there.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're disrespecting or if they're pulling a lot of your energy from you, that's a big disrespect.
Agreed.
And for you to have to be the bigger person and take it?
No, it shouldn't be that way. There's no reason it should have to be that way. We should actually be able to get along. And the other one that we always say a lot is agree to disagree.
Right.
A lot of people will agree to disagree only to go separate ways without having the nonsense of arguing about it or being disrespectful to each other. Agree to disagree, go separate ways, find your ways back eventually.
And I do that a lot, especially with a podcast.
Right.
I've learned to listen. I'll listen. I'll say in my head. There's from my job. There is she used to run the department. I wanted to take my laptop and close it and break it on her face. And I literally quit being.
Does she have tattoos? I'm just
no.
Good, I'm sorry.
I literally demoted myself.
Just get away?
Yes, because it got to the point where I literally called my husband and I said, "Today's the day I need you to have the bail money ready."
She's taking you that far out of character?
Yes, she took me that far out of character, and he was like, "Don't do it." And I was like, "No, I need you to have the bail money ready." And he was like, "Gosh damn, Zell." And I was cool. So I'm sitting in front of her, and when you can imagine it happening as they're yapping, I did. I imagined myself closing it, and I grabbed it and I hit her, and I was like, "Oh." Well,
but it wasn't just one hit because if you're imagining it that far, you're stomping around.
Yes, it was a done deal.
Gotcha. Okay.
And when it got to that point, I was like, okay, I have to pull myself out.
Yes.
I have to pull myself out of this situation.
Yes.
So I literally uprooted my whole self and pulled myself out of the situation. I ended up working as a 1099 for the company. I demoted myself. I took myself out of that situation. And I told myself I will never put myself in that situation again because I lost a lot.
Yes.
And they ended up firing her like 2 weeks later.
That says a lot then.
Yes.
Says a lot. Then you were feeling something about her that everyone else eventually
Everybody
noticed.
knew. I wish they would have told me and I would have held on for 2 weeks later instead of Anyway.
But the desire was there to get to it.
I accepted that disrespect.
Right.
I told myself I'm going to be the bigger person.
You were. In that case, you were the bigger person because you walked away.
I did.
Yeah.
But I accepted the disrespect. This was like 2 years ago. I accepted the disrespect.
Right.
By being the bigger person.
Right.
And I cheated myself out.
You did. In a way. So you cheated yourself in a way out of the...
It kept me from prison.
Yes.
It kept me from prison.
You made the better choice in the long run.
Right.
And
so
that's the way to do it. That's the way to look at it.
I learned a lot from it because now I'm able to, like I was trying to say, listen and then say what I needed to say.
Right.
Before,
think about what you're going to say first
right.
and then process it. Right.
Before I wasn't going to do that. Before I never did that. It was, I'm going to close my ears and I don't care what anybody has to say.
Yeah.
But with opening this podcast, I listen.
Yes.
I say what I got to say. I'll listen again. Sometimes I'll change from opinions. People can make me reason.
Of course.
Because I think about things that I normally wouldn't think about. And if not, I'll be like, we'll agree to disagree on certain things. Or sometimes I'll be like, you know what, you make sense.
Yeah.
Let me think about it more. And sometimes I'll change.
You got to sleep on it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it'll come a point where I'll be like, nah, you know what? Like, I'm not going to be the bigger person. I know what I know. You know what you know. You know what? We're good. Let's agree to disagree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. How does that look at the world?
Your mental health is worth way more than a job. I'm going through that right now.
Agreed.
So,
people get killed.
Yeah, people get killed for stupid shit.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Disagreements are very, very easy to get yourself into a situation where it goes from bad to worse in a heartbeat.
Right.
You hit somebody, they fall down, they hurt their head, they hurt their back, and they die.
Right.
You know, worst case scenario, that just ruined your entire life. Agreed. So, you know, we understand that that's very, very possible in this world.
So sometimes I feel now in 2023, don't be the bigger person. Do not accept the disrespect.
Okay.
Agree to disagree if you don't agree with it. If you have to cut people off, cut them off. Cut them off. If you can't come to an understanding, if they can't accept how you feel. Because what this person said, EJ, your mental health is worth way more than a job, than a friendship, than a significant other. If the significant other is putting your mental health at risk, you gotta cut it off.
Yeah.
Because once you accept something that you're not okay with, you're disrespecting yourself.
True. I'll agree with you there.
From a friend, from a spouse, from a family member, from what else is left?
That's pretty much it. I mean,
Okay.
coworkers.
A coworker. A coworker. You cut it off.
Yeah.
And there's no going back. Once the disrespect has happened, there's no going back. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to agree with no going back at all. There is a way for them to maybe beg, not beg, ask for forgiveness and understanding, because maybe
it doesn't have to always go back to the way it was.
Correct. There's a new understanding. Right. A new understanding.
Right.
Because just because they did you wrong or they did something that you felt was wrong to you, they may not have noticed it or may not have understood it until they later on hear it and they say, wait a minute, oh, that's why they don't talk to me anymore. Right. Or that's why the relationship has changed, and they understand it and they can process it, and then they can come back and be like, you know what, I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry for what I did.
If it's a sincere apology.
Correct. Because I've always said you can say sorry to the face and it means nothing.
If you keep doing it, it's not a sincere apology.
Correct.
Stand your ground, compromise, agree 100%. Right.
Yeah.
Because somebody can apologize. People do things.
Yeah, of course.
Without realizing how they hurt you or realizing that they did something wrong.
Mm-hmm. We all make mistakes. We're human. We all make mistakes. We all have the ability, the right to make those mistakes, but we also have the ability and the right to ask for forgiveness and or make it right. So, that's where it has to come down to. If we are being the bigger person, we're going to go ask for that person's forgiveness and say, listen, I messed up. I made a mistake. Forgive me for that because I did this, and this, or maybe even something as simple as alcohol. I've always said alcohol is a truth serum. When you're drinking enough and things come out of your mouth, at times you wouldn't have said that normally, and you disrespect somebody, and they're like, "Wow, why would you say it to me?" And you're like, "Damn it, it was the alcohol." And that's where the song came out, blame it on the alcohol. Not just that, but there's other things that you blame it on the alcohol. Sometimes we drink so much that we say things that are in our subconscious that we normally would have hidden away. We would have normally not said. And then we offend somebody, and then we gotta go back a few days later, like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that because it was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have said that to that person or done that to that person because it was wrong. But it's the alcohol sometimes in me that brings that animal out of me. I get it, But again, we have the right and the ability to ask for forgiveness.
Right.
And make it right. Not like you said before. Don't just say sorry and do it again. Don't go that weekend and drink again and be like, I'm going to do it again. No.
Because then you're not sorry.
You're not sorry. The apology was insincere.
Yes, you're so right. Especially when they don't correct the disrespectful behavior.
There you go. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When you can say sorry, but if you do it again, you weren't sorry. No. And then like you said, you can't be like, oh, it was the alcohol.
Yeah, and then do it again.
And go do it again.
I'm gonna drink again. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. You got to fix it. You got to actually figure out what it is that you're doing wrong, or ask for the forgiveness, but mean the question of forgiveness.
Now, I do want to say, if the person doesn't want to forgive you,
that's on them.
That's on them.
It's on them. They don't have to.
They don't have to.
No one has to. We all have free will.
Right.
No one has to forgive for any reason, and they can hold that grudge for however long they want to.
But if you actually meant your forgiveness, and the other person doesn't want to forgive you, then you let it go.
That's where you have to be the bigger person.
Right.
You have to be.
Well, yeah. But if they don't want to forgive you, be like, okay, I asked for forgiveness. They don't want to forgive me. That's now on them.
Right.
You got to let that go on them, and it is what it is.
Right.
Own it and mean it, yes. If I own it and I mean it and they don't want to forgive me, then that's on them. That's all I can do.
Agreed.
I'm not going to hold on to it forever. But that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all I can do. I mean, you do something to me, I'm going to hold on to it forever. I'm just kidding.
It depends.
I'm going to hold on to it forever.
You know what I mean? A lot of people have level. I get it. A lot of people have like levels. Like this is level 1 offense to me. Level 5 offense to me is like, you know what? You did something so bad to me, I can never forgive you. Let's just say I had $10 sitting out on the bar and somebody grabbed it and like, I knew it was you. And you say, listen, I'm sorry, I needed $10.
No.
I needed gas.
No.
Okay, listen, I'll take it one time.
No.
But you can't do it again.
Nope. You stole from me.
So that's a level 5.
No, that's a level 5. That's
okay. For me, that's like a level 2.
No, because you want to know why?
Yeah.
If you're unfaithful to me in the little bit, you're gonna be unfaithful to me in the big. Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I see what you're saying. I see
you
where you're coming from.
You couldn't easily be like, yo, I need money for gas. I'll be like, yo, take them $10 right there.
Right.
But okay, I don't know how to say this in English. Si eres infiel en lo mínimo, vas a ser infiel en lo mucho.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. I think you just said it in English before. You just said
I don't know. I don't know. Nope.
No, I get what you're saying. I know where you're coming from, and that's something that we learned from very young, from very little, from our old school parents. Is earn the trust.
Lost the trust.
Yes.
Yeah. Once you lose my trust, you're done.
Right.
You're done.
Yeah, trust is a big thing.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, my tweezers are missing. It was you. That's it. The remote is gone. It was you.
The remote. But that's like a level 1.
No, that's a level 10 to me.
That's a level. The remote.
That's 10. The remote is gone.
The remote
to
to what? The car or the TV?
Anything.
Oh Jesus.
Anything.
That's why the remotes are all hanging up. Okay,
my chapstick is gone. It was you. Because you already took the $10.
Okay. Oh, so you're talking about the same person?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were talking about different people.
Yep. Anything. It would never be you, and it's always gonna be you.
See, yeah. Well, I mean,
you already
once they
lost
the trust, yeah. Do you think trust can be earned back though?
Yeah, no.
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 I've always thought about this. When you trust someone, when you're like in a relationship, no matter what the relationship is, whether it's a partner, whether it be coworker, whatever it is, you start that relationship with 100% trust.
Oh my God! How did we go from being the bigger person to accept disrespect to trust?
I mean, I'm just saying.
You're worse than Wendy.
I'm touching the trust
you're
subject of lost the trust.
Wendy. We jumped from.
I'm doing it in memory of Wendy.
No. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers, to
Wendy. He's living up to your name.
I gotta live up to it, girl. Mm-hmm.
It takes one action to change a person's perception.
It does.
You're done.
It does.
All right. You can put that in on Topic Tuesday.
Got it.
This is done.
Got it.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Moving on.
All right. Cheers, Wendy.
Cheers to Wendy again. Damn, girl, you're getting us drunk tonight.
Last and final topic.
Got it.
And everybody thinks it's a funny topic.
I think it's a great topic. I love this topic. I love it. I love it. I love talking about it with every single person that I get a chance to talk to about it because it's taboo. It's such a taboo topic. And people just can't deal with my perception of it and my mentality on it. So, the topic is sex while on your cycle or on your period. Good, bad, or indifferent, I don't care. As long as the person going through the cycle, the period, whatever you want to call it, is willing, not in pain, not, struggling through it. I don't want to be with somebody who's struggling through it. Like, oh my God, it hurts so much. I'm in so much bad cramps that I can't enjoy this. That's when you okay, all right, good. Yeah, let's just stop. Let's not go there. There's a time and place that you gotta know when to touch. Like day one's usually not that good.
No.
Day one's very heavy flow. And I know too much about menses.
I'm just letting you keep going because this is fun.
So day one is usually like the worst possible day. 1 and 2 is usually like the worst possible days. 3 and 4, they're great. Because 3 and 4 is when the hormones levels spike up in the woman.
Ooh.
And the hormone levels spiking up in a woman means they want it a lot more. So that being said, that's when you're going to get a lot more satisfaction that you're looking for as a guy. As a guy, from a male perspective. We're looking for all the extra fun stuff that might come with day 3 and 4, maybe even 5. Some girls have a period for anywhere between 5 to 9 days. I've seen someone with 9-day periods.
Yeah.
And they all vary. Everyone varies. Some have really heavy one day, and by day 3, it's almost over.
Right.
Agreed. Everyone's different. But it's fun to me because I just don't care. I don't care. When somebody said vampire.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna go through these. I'm going through these. I'm just letting
I can go on this
talking.
subject for hours, honestly, because I get on this subject and then I get down to the point where I say, I'll even go down on you at that time. And people are like, oh my God, how can you do that? That's disgusting. You're a pig. You're this. And I'm like, listen, it is what it is. You can call me what you want to call me. But I'm more than willing to satisfy you and please you at whatever moment of day, night, weekend, weekday. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about it. I just don't care. Because if
you can tell he likes ketchup on his hot dog.
Oh, I've got my Red Wings. I'm certified. I'm certified.
Someone said, okay. Oh no, I'm against ketchup on the hot dog. He's not. Only a real man works through that. Everyone else needs to grow up.
All right, A-Rod. I like that.
Vampire mode. Hey, do the damn thing. If it's consensual for both, it's go time. Grown man shit. All right,
Thank you.
He knows too much about the subject.
I've been around. What can I say?
Yeah.
The medical field, I mean, not women.
That was a bad thing.
That was a Wendy comment.
That was a bad comment.
I've been around the medical field. I know a lot about women's bodies, makeup. It is what it is.
I was going to say, well, since you're done with that.
Well, I wasn't
Well,
done.
not done,
I'm going to go ahead and
yeah.
touch base on it.
As you were saying,
yeah.
A woman's cycle is very different.
Yes.
She can have it for 1 to 3 days, 3 to 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. It all depends. She may not even have it at all.
Correct. Depending on she could be on hormones,
right.
on the pill or whatever, yeah.
Or she can have it like every 3 months. It all depends. Mm-hmm. A man should know this. A man should know his woman.
Or multiples. I'm just,
A man should know this. He should know that the first couple of days of a woman's cycle, probably you shouldn't want to touch her. You should actually want to make her feel comfortable.
Right.
Because
rubber feet, rubber back, rubber shoulders, rubber belly. Get her a hot water bottle for her
different
belly.
women, cuero macho. So you may not want to get her comfortable. You don't know. Well, the statistics say, let's just. I did 7 days. Fuck my life. Anxiously waiting for menopause.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, menopause is also translated to men on pause. They no longer want you at menopause. They no longer need you.
Right. Well, you get kind of dried up.
Yeah, they don't have the hormones anymore on menopause. So you're trying to beat until they get to that point. And then at that point, they just don't want you anymore. Then they just want to dress nice and have nice cars and look nice. It's different. It's a whole different world.
That might not be a good thing. No, I'm just kidding.
And on menopause, they're getting heat flashes, cold flashes. They're constantly sweating.
They don't want men to touch them at all.
No, I mean...
You don't know what you're asking for.
No, menopause is a bad thing.
You don't know because on menopause you may want to just get it in all the time.
No, believe me, no, they don't. They don't. They just don't. Let's just say they don't want to get it.
Man.
And if I'm wrong, please prove me wrong in the comments, because when women go on menopause, they want nothing to do because their sex drive drops dramatically.
Wait, what's up? Wait, we're not talking about menopause. Quit changing subjects.
Back to the on the
So,
ride, if you will.
There's statistics say actually, because I was looking this up, when women are on their cycle, you know what makes the cycle actually feel better?
Yeah, I do.
What?
No, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No, what? Go ahead.
What makes it feel better?
Yeah.
Orgasms.
Yes, that's what it does.
I know.
Yes.
Gio-rillas know.
Women on menopause equal men on pause. Look!
Yes, I'm telling you.
He just said that right now. Men on pause.
We don't exist to them on menopause. We don't exist to them anymore. We are literally trash. That's why we try to get to you, get to them before menopause. We just try to give you all the loving you need.
Yes, he does. He does know too much. So, men.
Wait. We went too far past that subject. What makes the period feel better is the orgasm. But why?
Because it's tight, so it
what
contracts.
Tightens? What is that tightens?
The uterus,
right.
The ovaries,
I know all this
everything. So it actually orgasm, it releases.
Right. We're releasing all the endorphins. We're releasing all the toxins that are in the body as well.
GYN is his hobby.
You already know, my friend. You already know. You already know too much.
Orgasms is what releases it, and it actually makes it feel better.
Yes.
So, although a woman does not want to be touched in day 1 to 3,
right.
It's actually a really good thing to do when you're on day 1 to 3. But their sexual, the sexual desire heightens on day 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yes.
So she actually wants it a lot during those days.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's been medically proven too.
Got to do your homework. And it's funny because these comments are coming from men.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Men.
I bring you guys out, don't I? I bring you guys out to play, don't I?
So, it's funny to me how women are like, ew, sex on your period, but men know this information.
You know what it is too? I think we fall again under the stigma. We fall again under the stigma like, oh, that's disgusting, that's gross. Women, you feel disgusting and gross when you're going through that because you're releasing something from your body and it's blood. It's not like when you ejaculate, it's actually semen or you're not squirting. It's blood. It's disgusting. It's something that we look at like, oh my God, that's gross. But in reality, we look at it as something that's just lubricating.
Yes. Someone said yes during those days. But if you wanted to know something, the best time to have that is when you're in the shower. The shower water takes it away. So it's really...
You're getting dirty but cleaning up at the same time.
Right. So water takes it away for a little bit.
Right.
So you're actually able to have sex. But be careful when the water goes away. It's flowing like the Mississippi River.
No, I mean, that's a comparison and a half.
I'm just saying.
I'll give you that, yes. No, I agree with you.
Right. Look, not all women, I'm all for it.
You know what it is, too? It's been medically proven and scientifically proven that sex itself generates the release of toxins, the release of endorphins in our body. So it's not only good for releasing the tension and anxiety that you have during your period, it's good for regular everyday tension, regular everyday anxiety. When we're stressed out from work, what's the best thing that you can come home to?
Sex.
An orgasm.
Yeah.
An orgasm, whether you give it to yourself or whether you get it from somebody else, the release of the toxin into your out of your system, out of your bloodstream, the release of it and the release of the anxiety within the actual, system having an orgasm makes us feel better. It makes us relax, and that's why we want to sleep as well. Usually men want to sleep. Women want to go and make a sandwich, or I hope they would.
In the shower, in the shower. But if you don't have a shower handy, lay down a towel. Literally lay down a towel, and just get it in.
Absolutely, 100% agree. There's no wrong way to do it. Let's put it that way.
What makes it so bad? Because you're on your period? Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's just
Because
lubrication.
there's blood.
It's lubrication.
Okay.
That's just less KY you have to
Now, I'm sorry. Okay, wait.
Okay.
I have to go back. I have to go back to the comment.
About eating?
There we go.
Okay.
Don't
listen,
look
okay,
at me.
okay.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna clarify the eating part of it. Gentlemen, take 2 pennies. 2 pennies. You know what a penny is. We all know what a penny is. Put it in your mouth for 30 seconds. Take it out of your mouth. The next time you go down on your woman when she's on her period, it's the same exact taste. 100%. No matter what. I don't care what you say, it's 100% same taste. There's no difference. It tastes like copper. Blood tastes like copper.
Look, is Big Guy a doctor or what? Get creative. Yeah, no. Because I'm sorry. If you look at me and you have all of this red.
It tastes exactly the same.
It tastes exactly the same. Listen, if you if you were like this, right? And you came up and you were like this, and all of this was red, I'd be like, I'm sorry.
But that's how you get certified. That's how you get your Red Wings. Those are the Red Wings right there. That's how you get certified. Actually, the way to get the Red Wings, and I'll explain this for the guys who don't know this, is when they have a tampon in, you pull it out with your teeth and you shake it like an angry dog, and it smears blood all over your face.
No,
Those
I
are
would
the
be like,
real
that's it.
Red Wings.
That's it, done.
That's when you're
Done.
certified.
No.
But that's when it's fun. Wait, when somebody does that to you, you're like, oh my god, he really just pulled that out of my mouth with his teeth?
No.
And then you're like, fuck it. At this point, go to work. Go to work. Punch the clock, go to work.
Take the tampon out with your mouth.
Come on. It's the best thing in the world. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Look, I've tasted my own. He knows his stuff. Loli. No. No. You read that comment.
Esa barba estará roja por semanas. Yo le he tenido rojo el pelo y también la barba también, so. No me asusta nada.
Talk your shit. Word at Carmen. No.
We got the comments coming strong today.
No.
So no, in all reality, eating it and beating it, it's the same thing to me.
Eating it and beating it. You should change your Instagram phrase. Eating it and beating it is all the same for me.
You know what? I saw a shirt one time and it was the greatest shirt. It said, "You gotta lick it before you stick it," and that's the reality, because who doesn't want to have that little bit of fun before you get into the actual work? You know what I mean? So you gotta get into work.
So literally, what we're saying.
Yes.
What makes it bad?
Nothing.
It's society.
Society, yes.
Society.
Stigma. Once again, we go back to stigma. It's how people perceive it, how people look at it. Like, oh my God, it's blood. How can you eat blood? Listen, when you cut your finger, what's the first thing they tell you to do when you were a little kid? Put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Put it in your mouth. You're eating blood. When you eat something that Hispanics eat a lot, morcilla. I've had it. I can't stand it. It's disgusting to me. I'm sorry. Those who like it, that's your thing. I've had morcilla. It doesn't taste good to me. But it's blood sausage. It has blood in it.
Yeah.
We've eaten blood in so many things. If you like your steak rare. You're eating blood. Yes, you're eating animal blood. It doesn't taste like human blood or your partner's blood, but you're still eating blood. One way or another, you got to look at it as, you got to get past all that, stigma part of it. And especially if you're with your partner that you actually love and care for, that, you genuinely love and care for. Put in work. Put in work.
Societal stigmas.
Yes.
Hey, big guy, red means stop.
Only on every third Sunday on the 4th week in February when it's February 29th. And we got 3 more years before that happens. What is her name? Carmen?
Carmen, yeah. When you're with someone and feel 100% comfortable, you do it all.
There's nothing that you won't. There's nothing that you shouldn't do.
Right.
When you feel comfortable, you're right. When you're comfortable with somebody who's your partner, whether they be your spouse or your significant other, if you're comfortable 100% with their body as well as your body, there's nothing there should be no limits.
Right.
It should be open to each other 100% on both sides of it.
It's an amazing feeling. Right.
It is. It's really good when somebody accepts your body and accepts who you are, even though sometimes as human beings we look at ourselves in the mirror when we get out of the shower, we're like, oh God, I gotta work on that. I got my chichos, I gotta work on that, I gotta work on my shoulders, I gotta work on my back. And we look at ourselves and kind of like degrade ourselves. But when we realize there's somebody who actually loves the shit
Right.
out of me. There's somebody who actually cares about me so much that they let me do things to them that I'm totally nude or naked with them, and we get to that point of the period.
Or somebody who we're looking at ourselves and that person comes behind us and is like, nah, I like that.
Right.
I like that.
Right.
That's mine.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Agreed. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That feeling alone of being 100% comfortable with each other makes this topic so much easier.
Right.
Because there's no grossness about it. There's no-
Let's just agree to disagree on this one. That's word to Dr. Big Red.
I wore the right color today, didn't I?
Bring him on your live for all the sex topic. He
Oh,
knows.
boy. Oh, boy. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It was a wonderful live. We appreciate you all.
Yes, thank you.
Have an amazing and safe weekend. Don't forget, every Tuesday, submit your topics. You guys are the ones that submit them. And you see, we have an amazing time talking about them. Every Tuesday, submit them. And we do Talk to Me Wednesday when we forget about Topic Tuesday. Because, you know, I get a little bit busy working, running my own business, and everything else that, you know, comes with the podcast. And don't forget to tune in next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. We weren't on TikTok today because Wendy is out. But yeah. And you know, we do have a familiar face too as well.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
See you later. Bye.
Have a great weekend.
This was a great podcast today. I know, right? Have a great night. Oh, cheers.
Cheers to Wendy and cheers to all of you.
Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Hey, it's fun. That was nice.